What's going on? What's going on? We back. It's the Boxing Clinic and more. It's your boy CJ Goodfella. Early morning grind. Y'all know what the business is. Told you guys was coming back, going live this morning. And we here, man. We here. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. I definitely appreciate all the brothers and sisters out there that support what we doing here at the Boxing Clinic and more. But yeah, you read the title, and on ESPN Deportes, you can find this. Hopefully, get you a translator, and apparently Mikey Garcia is in talks with Manny Pacquiao. What's going on, Lawrence Williams? I see you. Garcia is in talk with Manny Pacquiao about fighting in December, and that probably means that the Errol Spence fight won't happen this year, and we already knew that because of what's going on Versatile Boxing Channel. What's going on? So Lemire Will Watkins, so that means the Errol Spence fight is probably getting pushed back because of lack of pay-per-view dates, And boxing don't respect itself. Boxing doesn't believe in itself. Steven Espinoza believes too many pay-per-views between Golovkin, Fury Wilder, and also McGregor Khabib and Amanda Nunes and Chris Cyborg for the fans. And that's the lack of confidence that boxing has. You know what I'm saying? It is. It's the lack of confidence boxing has. And they know boxing. Nobody really care about boxing. The casual fan base is the one you want to target. So they will not try to put on another pay-per-view in that time period because from September to December, it's McGregor could be September. Yeah, you got Canelo Triple G, Fury Wilder, and then the 232 UFC Nunes and Chris. That's 4 pay-per-views. So they don't believe they could squeeze 5 pay-per-views in there. And apparently, to add a little spice to the situation, apparently Eddie Hearn was in talks with Manny Pacquiao. All right. And also, now Mikey Garcia's team's in talk with Manny Pacquiao. So I don't know if they look forward to putting this on the zone because that could be a good case. But more than likely, Pacquiao and Garcia might be packaged as a pay-per-view. And that'll be a totally different situation, right? Because how can you put Pacquiao and Mikey on pay-per-view if it's too many pay-per-view dates on Showtime? So you're going to get people complaining about that. And we understand Pacquiao is a big name. Woo, woo, woo. But it'd be interesting to see if Mikey Garcia and Pacquiao do come to a deal. All right? What's going on, Tony Snowflake? What's going on, LDTB? If Pacquiao and Mikey do come to it, it'll be funny. It'll be interesting to see what platform is on. Pacquiao cannot fight in the United States. Nate Diaz on November 3rd, he's a big draw in UFC. That's a pay-per-view or is regular? But Manny Pacquiao, yeah, if they come to a deal, it'll be interesting to see who puts on Pacquiao versus Mikey Garcia. It'll be very, very interesting, man, how that fight plays out. But it won't be in the United States. It'll be in probably Malaysia, or Mikey Garcia said he'd go to the pay-per-view, okay, and to go to the it'll go to the UAE, United Arab Emirates, somewhere in Saudi Arabia, something like that. So yeah, all right, it's on pay-per-view. So yeah, he says he's in talks with Pacquiao. He says Errol Spence is still the target though. And that's basically like, you robbing the store, still saying you sanctified, still saying you saved by God. Oh, I'm still a good guy, but I'm robbing the store. We already know. After all that perpetrating and popping off about how he didn't want to fight Pacquiao. What's the point of fighting Pacquiao? Oh, I don't want to fight Pacquiao. All I'm saying is this, man. If the Errol Spence fight don't happen for Mikey Garcia in the end of this year, I really don't care to see it, man. Because at the end of the day, winner is Sean Porter, Danny Garcia, and Sean Porter says he'll fight Earl next. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, why should Earl wait? Well, he could wait until next year and around tax season, and they could fight Mikey. And then he could fight Sean Porter, who probably won't come back to the middle of the year. But why waste time? Why try not to bring the winner, Danny Garcia, Sean Porter, back in the first or second quarter of the year? You know, and I'm not surprised. You know, I'm not surprised at all. You know, by this. You know, with Mikey Garcia. You know, he don't have nowhere else to go. You know, he don't want to fight Lomachenko, which he can't fight Lomachenko because of the shoulder injury. You know, then you go to 140. Is everybody tied up in the tournament where they were top ranked? Whoop, whoop, whoop. He really don't have nowhere to go with Pacquiao. And Pacquiao is a risky fight. And if Mikey beats Pacquiao, okay, and he wins Pacquiao, he gonna be thinking he really the shit. You know, Mikey Garcia really gonna think he the shit. And I think it's an opportunity that Pacquiao beats Mikey Garcia. I think it is. You know, it's a good chance that's a really good fight. Don't get me wrong. At 140 pounds, that's an excellent fight. An excellent fight. But, hey, you know, you did all that Errol Spence talking. He's already making contingency plans. You have to because Showtime don't want to give them a date, a pay-per-view date. They don't want to give them a pay-per-view date. Okay? And for whatever reasons, they don't have a lot of dates in the second half of the year, I don't believe. Even though they haven't announced nothing. But in the latter half of the year, they don't have a lot of dates. You know, and also people say, well, that's not a pay-per-view fight. Well, them trying to push it to pay-per-view shows you that Showtime don't have it in the budget to pay for that fight. Both guys are probably making $3 million a fight right now. Fighting Easter, fighting Campo. You know? So they at least gonna want 5 apiece to fight each other, right? Yeah. Hell no. Showtime ain't coming up with $10 million for that fight because that fight, it ain't guaranteed to break $1 million. $1 million. I mean, I ain't gonna say it's gonna guaranteed to break $1 million on regular Showtime, but it ain't guaranteed to do, you know, 2-3 million. Showtime don't have a subscriber base to break numbers like that. You know, Showtime don't have the money to break the subscriber base like that. Who you think Spence will fight next if not Mikey? He might just wait. He waited a whole year for Kell Brook. But Yugas is fighting September 8th. You know, he might just have to wait. Chainbreaker said Pat can beat Mikey for real, bro. Yeah, he could. He could. That's a high risk, low reward fight. I ain't gonna say it is a low reward fight. We seen Pacquiao get beat before. You know, we know Pacquiao. We know Pacquiao still faster than Mikey Garcia. Pacquiao may hit harder than Mikey Garcia. You know, if that's what he chooses to do, that's what he chooses to do. But all I know is if he fights Pacquiao at 140, he best to go back down. He gets to go back down to 35 and fight Vasyl Lomachenko. No two ways around it. He better sit there with Bob Arum and make a deal, man. Yeah, Versatile Box say, I'm tired of seeing guys cherry picking low, medium risk fights and high payout reward. That's boxing. Now, what's going on, Mark? You know, that's what they want. They don't want to take risks. They don't want to take the big risks. And I can't believe that you know, I wonder what they're gonna do to the Pacquiao if he really does close a deal with Pacquiao and Mikey Garcia. If that deal does really close. If Showtime put that fight on, bro, I'm gonna be like, damn, really? You know what I'm saying? And it probably won't be on Showtime. That fight might be on the Zone. Mikey Garcia might do a 1-year deal with the Zone, and a 1-deal fight with the Zone, and Pacquiao do a 1-fight deal with the Zone, and they might put that fight on. Business-wise, Manny Pacquiao will be better in Mexico City than Malaysia. Yeah, but Pacquiao ain't going to Mexico. He ain't going over there. He ain't going nowhere close to the United States. He's not going to Mexico. Mikey said he's not willing to go to Malaysia. He said he'll go somewhere in the Middle East, the UAE, I think he said. So, you know, Versatile Boxer say Mikey don't want Spence for real. He being quiet, hoping we forget about the whole situation. No, he's speaking on it. You know, he doing little articles and little videos saying that You know, that's still who he want. And in this article, he said, I still want Errol Spence as the main target, but obviously Showtime, they don't want to trust to do a pay-per-view. They don't have it in the budget to put the fight on. With EB Scraps, I see you. They don't have it in the budget to put it on. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you got to move on. You got to go who got the TV date. And obviously Pacquiao got a TV date. You know, if it's on ESPN, it could be on ESPN pay-per-view. It could be on ESPN Plus app or something like that. You know? It'll be interesting, man. Bob Arum can swing this deal. You know, he can salvage this deal with Pacquiao. He can salvage this deal with Mikey Garcia. He can sit down with them and be like, you know what? Let's go ahead and you know, let's smooth this shit out right now between Mikey and Earl. And Mikey and Pacquiao and us and Pacquiao, and Top Rank could distribute the TV deal on ESPN. And baby then, Bob Arum and Pacquiao, Bob Arum and Mikey, if he can win, can hash out a deal for Vasily Lomachenko. But what you could possibly see happen as well is the zone. Because they both in talks with Eddie Hearn, you know. They both in talks with Eddie Hearn. Excuse me, I'm taking my dog out. Come here. Hold on. All right. I'm motherfucker down there farting shit. That shit. It's like one motherfucker that's gonna fart in my man cave, and that's me. Yeah, but yeah. Don't be surprised to see Pacquiao and them fall on the zone, man. Don't be surprised. And if it falls on the zone, hey, it could be a one-fight deal. I mean, Mikey Garcia could close the deal. But Eddie Hearn said he is open to doing fight-by-fight deal. You know what I'm saying? For a dude with $1 billion, for a dude that got all this pull, for the dude that's trying to dominate boxing in America, he sure got a lot of flexibility. You know, anytime somebody got that much flexibility, got that much wiggle and all that shit, that mean that they really ain't got it like that. I ain't got to go over there and sign a long-term contract with them. I can get that. I can get the bread and get the hell on out if I want to. Yeah. Yeah, if Pacquiao and Mikey is on the zone, I still ain't supporting the zone. I'll stream it, though. I think Mikey should focus on 135 and dispute it. Spence should keep clean out his division. The problem for Spence is Spence can't clean out his division. You can't clean out your division when people in your division ain't willing to fight you. You can't do it, you know? It's just impossible. You know, he can't clean out the division. Mikey should go for undisputed, but obviously right now, Mikey has an available fight date. Mikey wants to fight at the end of the year. Lomachenko can't fight right now. Well, Lomachenko gonna fight Jose Pedraza right now. And then next year they can revisit it, I guess. But after next year, I don't want to see that shit. You know, I didn't want to see Errol Spence and Mikey in the beginning. Mikey Garcia pursued that fight. That's no fight that anybody thought of. Nobody ever posted a fantasy fight or a hypothetical fight saying Errol Spence versus Manny Pacquiao. You know? Nobody ever said Mikey Garcia versus Errol Spence. Nobody ever said that. He brought that fight up. He thought of that fight in his mind. He envisioned that fight for some reason in his mind. That's what he did. You know, and for Errol Spence, ain't no cleaning. I mean, you can't, what you gonna clean up? If dudes don't want to fight you or the business is keeping you from fighting you, you know, what can he do? He can't do too much nothing. He handcuffed, you know, and at the end of the day, he should be fighting the winner, Sean Porter, Danny Garcia. He should be fighting that winner, and that's the actual fact. He should be fighting that winner. But hey, that ain't the way it's shaking. That ain't the way it's breaking down. You know, if he don't fight the winner of Sean and Danny, then maybe he can squeeze Mikey Garcia in the top of the year. But if I'm Mikey Garcia, I'm trying to go for the gusto. I'm trying to go for undisputed at 135 versus Lomachenko. Because obviously it's a two-way road right here. You can say it's a three-way road, all right? Because obviously he can actually go for you know, Showtime could put this fight on pay-per-view, but if they're not gonna put the Errol Spence fight on pay-per-view, or if they ain't got the budget for Errol Spence and Mikey Garcia, I find it hard. I'm not gonna say I find it hard, but I don't see them putting the money up for Manny Pacquiao and Mikey Garcia. But they may. They may. You know, they always trying to take their money and dick ride Anthony Joshua and try to get the rights to Anthony Joshua. You know, and they still trying to do that. You know, they still bid on Joshua and Povetkin. You know what I'm saying? After all that shit they put Wilder through and all that line they did, and they disrespected Heyman and Shelly Finkel, they still tried to pursue it. All right. So if Showtime and Espinoza really wanted to spend the money, they could. But I'd be glad when PBC is off of Showtime. I'll explain in a minute. But then you got Eddie Hearn that's trying to sign Pacquiao, that's trying to sign Mikey Garcia. They may do a one-fight deal with Eddie Hearn, and he may distribute that many Pacquiao and Mikey Garcia on his own. I ain't paying for that shit. You know, I stream it. I ain't paying for it. So you might get that stream. What is it? The first Sunday in December. So they might do that in Malaysia. They might do that in the UAE, but it won't be in the United States. You know, it won't be in the United States. You know, also, and Bob Arum can come in and get the TV rights. ESPN is buying the rights up to a ton of shit. They had originally 2 pay-per-view days slated this year, and they still got 2 pay-per-view days this year. Pacquiao didn't fight on pay-per-view like he's supposed to versus Matisse. Then whatever pay-per-view they had in mind, it didn't happen. And now they got Manny Pacquiao and Mikey Garcia. Bob Arum can pillow talk Mikey Garcia. They can make amends. They can clear some shit up. And then maybe, you know, if the winner of Pacquiao and Garcia could fight Lomachenko at 35. And I think that can go. I don't know how long he can fluctuate between 35. And when he go to 47, he ain't going back to 35. You know, he ain't going back to 35. He'd go back to 40, but I think he said this was his last fight at 35. But I think Lomachenko might entice him. But that's who he should be pursuing. Lomachenko, to be honest. If Earl can't get Mikey fight, Berto or Yugis, ain't nobody else there, really. About to be Yugis. Somebody want to see Berto. You know, at the end of the day, it's nobody available for Earl to fight. And you know what it is, man. And but yeah, like I said, man, PBC needs a better platform than Showtime or just Showtime. Showtime is not a boxing platform. Showtime has always been looked at as the little brother to HBO. And yeah, PBC had a cool idea when they was on Showtime, Spike, you know, NBC and all that, all that shit. You know, all that shit came. What's up, Will Be More TV too? All that shit came back around just to fight on Showtime. Showtime can't carry that supply and demand of at PBC. And truth be told, Showtime is hurting. It's hurting PBC brand. PBC brand could be flourishing better than it could on HBO, on ESPN, on Fox, whatever they want to do. And at the end of the day, Showtime is hurting that brand. All right. Showtime is hurting that brand major, bro. Majorly. Because it don't have a subscriber base. You know, it don't have premiere movies. It's getting some good shows. It's getting some really, really good shows, man. And you know, but they don't have the supply and demand, you know. You know, they don't have the dates, they don't have the budget. Their budget is pretty good, but they really don't have the budget. And they really don't have the fans to watch it. Ain't nobody really got Showtime watching Showtime like that. So right now, you know, and PBC is in the process, they got to find another outlet. You know, they got to find an app or they got to just come up with the PBC channel. You know, maybe the Premier Boxing channel, you know, charge people $5 for the channel. You know, and get some boxing shows on there. And whatever else you got on there, you know what I'm saying? Something like Box Nation, get the rights to a whole bunch of classic fights. I mean, you know, it's a ton of ideas they can have for a channel. You know, they can have a segment or a channel, you know, showing, you know, fighters breaking down other fighters fighting, what they think about it. That'll create a lot of chaos. That'll create a lot of stuff. A day in the life of somebody every now and again. You know, classical fights. You know, do a whole network just for boxing. You know what I'm saying? And if they don't put on the best fights, you always can start unsubscribe and take your $5 back. You know what I'm saying? You know, but they outlet. Showtime ain't cutting it, bro. It ain't cutting it. Oh yeah, for sure. Go ahead, punch the clock, Mark. Get that money. You know, They got to get that money. But hey, at the end of the day, you know, it is what it is. I think Floyd changed that a little, brother feelings. If you think about everyone is streaming content, yep. You might as well go to a channel. You might as well get a channel. Showtime have the days they should have some big fights on your YouTube, on their YouTube channel. Yeah, but I mean, how they gonna get paid like that for real? You know what I'm saying? They need a. I'm trying to tell you, they need like a Showtime boxing app. But man, Showtime is second rate, bro. So you got a first rate product. You got the best product in boxing right now. I don't fuck with nobody say. You got the best product in boxing right now. All right, and it's on the worst platform in boxing right now. Showtime amongst the ESPNs and the HBO is the worst. So they got to find a way to put it on a better platform. You know what I'm saying? When Mikey sees Earl across the ring just before the bell rings, he gonna realize he in there for a long ass painful night. And once he get hit by the first punch, he gonna realize he done did a big mistake. That was wet farts. Yeah. He gonna realize he in doo doo, man. But yeah, man. You know it is what it is, man. Yeah, I definitely appreciate everybody for rocking out with us, man. About to go ahead and go eat, get ready for work, chop up some more videos. I wanted to squeeze in a live stream because I probably won't squeeze in one tonight because it's Smoke Seed Mobcast. But I just hit the gym tonight. So I definitely appreciate everybody for rocking out with us. Make sure if you haven't joined the Boycott Group, we'll be streaming Danny Garcia and Sean Porter, and we'll be streaming old school fights, old classic fights. I'm going to put the vote up today. I thought I put it up yesterday. It didn't post. So make sure you slide up in there. The link's in the description. You click the link and request to be in a group. I'm going to go ahead and plug you in. Also, we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. All those links is there as well. If you love to donate or you want to donate, the donation link is there as well, especially if you're in the college sports. S210 College Sports Most Wanted is in the link under the new college page link as well. So you make sure you check us out and all the things we're doing. If you got a video request, DM me on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. And if you got a business venture or you got a question or you want to donate or give something, as far as send me some, my business email is there as well. We can chop it up there as well. Do me a favor, make sure you guys share the content, share the videos. That's much appreciated. If you can't donate, just share. Definitely appreciate everybody for rocking out with us. Y'all know what the business is. One time for the one time we go.